Welcome back to Sales Made Easy. It's your friend in business, sales, and marketing fundamentals, Devon Gall here. Today we're going to talk about the 6 most important things to remember during a sale. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications here so you can get all the cutting edge, timeless information on how to do sales and marketing in today's business world. All right. So all this information I'm sharing, I'm setting my intention for these videos to help you build your wealth, help you build the life that you desire, and help you escape the matrix, help you escape the rat race, all right? So it took me over a decade of being a great student, learning this, working in the trenches, selling multiple products, multiple services, being number one for not just one time, not just a one-off fluke, but being number one for years in different products and different services all over the country. So these things work. This is not just something I read out of a textbook. These are tried, true, tested methods. So just a quick PSA, get a notebook, all right? Please get your notebook, have it ready, keep it close to you, write it down. This is the fatal mistake. I've seen all these new hires come in, these people that want everything, they have big dreams, but they have no goals because they never write them down, all right? So have goals and take the knowledge, all right, that you've already looked up sales training. Make sure to write it down, and then you can start absorbing it, start integrating it into your being, and then actually use these things. That's how I did it. I just cheated. I just stole it. Other people told me about it. I wrote it down, and I started using it. It works. Some things didn't work. I threw those things away. All right. So have a notebook. Just a friendly reminder. All right. So the 6 most important things to remember during your sales process. All right. Now, each one of these 6 things, you're going to want to rate yourself. This is between you and you, but you're going to want to rate yourself 5 out of 5 stars. All right. So each individual one, after it, this is how I look at it. After I finished up my sales interaction, I usually just do like a quick little man in the mirror self-reflection moment with these 6 things. How did I do with this? How did I do with that? Was this 4 stars? Was this 3 stars? Could I have done this better? Could I have done this better? All right. So we're going to talk about, it's an acronym. Keep it simple. Help you remember. We've already talked about some of this, so we know half of this already if you've watched the other videos. It's called Sneeper. It's like sniper, but it's with 2 E's, all right? S-N-E-E-P-R, Sneeper, all right? So what does that mean? We're going to go through each individual one, and then we're going to make sure to watch till the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you what these are, but then I'm going to go through and talk about why each one is very important, all right? So S is smile, N is name, E is eye contact, E is enthusiasm, P is presentation, and R is relationship or rapport, however you want to look at it. All right, so we'll start from the top. Smile. Why is smile important? Well, when you smile, they smile. And when you smile and they smile, that releases serotonin in the brain and they feel good. And you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good, right? And you feel great, you do great. So don't go out there all mopey, right? Smile, just smile. When you're talking to your customer, this works at the front of the funnel all the way to the back of the funnel, all right? All the way to the bottom, all the way till the deal's installed, all right? All the way until the contract's signed, all right? From I'm starting initial contact, this sniper thing, it works throughout the entire process. So there is never a point you should not be smiling when you're talking to the customer, all right? I think I just said smiling. I don't know what smiling is, but make sure you're smiling, all right? Have fun, right? The more fun you have, the more fun the customer's gonna have, right? Next part, name. Use the customer's name, all right? The name is the sweetest thing a person can hear, their own name, all right? How I like to do it is right away when I meet the person. I like to have a nice big firm handshake. I like to go in Say, hey, my name's Devon. What's your name? It's that simple. Find out what their name is and then use their name. You'll see all these automated emails that you get. They have a little space in there where they say, hey, and then they have your name already in that based on whatever you put into your email, right? They personalize it. So it feels like even though they sent out 100,000 emails, you feel like, even though you know they sent out 100,000 emails, like this email was written to me, right? I feel good because they're using my name, right? It's a little subconscious trick that they're using out there in the marketing world. So use a person's name when you're in the initial presentation. I like to use the name 5 to 7 times. Maybe more if it's a much longer form presentation. But that's about the sweet spot. 5 to 7 times throughout. You know, don't machine gun it out there, but pepper it in there, you know, and just use their name over and over and over. Because what it's going to do, it's going to make you seem like your old-time friends, right? Like, they're going to think, hey, this person knows me, that's why they're calling me by my first name, all right? Next part, the E, the first E, eye contact. Well, if smile is building likability, eye contact is building trust, right? How do you build trust with eye contact? 7 to 12 seconds of sustained eye contact, all right? I'm going to give you a little trick. Maybe you're not great at maintaining 7 to 12 seconds of natural eye contact. Look in their right eye. Just stare into their right eye. They can't tell the difference. It still seems like you're giving them great eye contact, all right? So just stare into their right eye for 7 to 12 seconds. Make sure you're smiling, not a creepy smile, all right? Make sure you're having a good time. And don't hold it too long. You don't want to sit there and, like, you know, 45 seconds of eye contact on them. Have fun, but, you know, make sure you're building trust with this eye contact. That's how it works. So when you're doing this, when you're maintaining eye contact, you're letting them know you believe in what you're talking about. When you start darting all over the place and looking here and looking there and looking over their shoulder and looking at your feet and looking at your notes and looking at your whatever, your CRM or whatever your thing is, you're looking at something else, it's letting them know you're not confident in what you're talking about. So maintain 7 to 12 seconds, eye contact, build that trust. Remember, people got to like you before they trust you. And they got to trust you before they buy from you. And what makes a person buy? It's the next E. It's the enthusiasm. E for enthusiasm. All right? Enthusiasm sells. I don't care who you are. When I get enthusiastic, you get enthusiastic. All right? When I get excited, you get excited. That's just how it works. All right? Positive energy is contagious. Negative energy is contagious too, so be aware. But positive energy is contagious, and enthusiasm is conveying this thing called certainty. Meaning, you wouldn't be enthusiastic about something you weren't certain of, right? You wouldn't be all excited about something you weren't absolutely sure of, right? So you're creating this transference of your enthusiasm is letting them know you are dead certain. And now they're feeling that. They're feeling that energy, and now they're getting this emotion, right? Now, how most sales are finalized, I don't care if you're buying a new jacket, I don't care if you're buying a new iPhone, or I don't care if you're buying a new car, or whatever it is. There's certain things, very rare, maybe you need to get some gravel for your driveway or something, but even then, it might come down to who the person is that you're talking to. But people buy on emotion. They don't buy on logic. People do not buy logically. They justify on logic after the fact. But people buy on emotion. Everyone's going to say, I do not buy anything on emotion. But really ask yourself, why do you want that new phone? Why do you want that new car? Does it logically make sense to sign up and get $30,000 in debt at whatever X% interest, does that make sense logically when you don't have the cash on hand to buy this new car? Why don't you buy an old beater that you can afford? That would make more logical sense, right? Well, I need this, that, the other thing. It's an emotional purchase. All purchases are emotional, and then you justify them with logic. All right. I had to learn this the hard way. I'm a pretty logical person myself, so I was trying to do sales in the beginning with pure logic, and nobody would close. I couldn't close anything. Couldn't even close my door. So my trainer was this like super excited, off the wall person in the field. He wasn't really like that like normally, but like in the field he was like so jazzed up, and he's explaining this to me. He's like, people are just they need to feel like your energy. They need to feel like it's a good deal, right? And I didn't understand it at the time, but I just started copying them, and then I started making sales. So enthusiasm sells. There's a reason they use Billy Mays for the OxyClean, right? It's freaking powder you put in your dishwasher or whatever, like in your washing machine. It's like, who cares? Well, Billy Mays makes you care, right? Because he's excited about it. He's jacked up for it. He's got good energy, and now everybody. That's one of the most household names out there. Why? Because it's a good product, but why? It's because Billy was so freaking excited that he touched the heart of the world with that excitement. So that's the type of enthusiasm you want, right? Now, P, presentation. What's presentation? It's everything. It's before you start talking to the customer. That's your image. Are you tucked in? Are you zipped up? Are you looking good? Are you trimmed up? Are you groomed up? Or you got a bunch of dandruff on your shoulders? What do you look like, right? Are you all disheveled? Or are you looking sharp, right? So before the interaction even happens with the first customer, before you go out there in the field, before you go do your demo, before you go do your whatever, your pitch, whatever, or maybe you go do your sale, you go do your sit down, the presentation's already started. It's based on your image, right? Then the entire thing, the entire interaction, when you're talking to the customer, that's your presentation, all right? So when you're engaged with them, are you the expert? Are you the person that knows what they're talking about? Are you able to transfer this certainty to this customer by being the expert, being enthusiastic, smiling, making eye contact? Like, all these things are part of this presentation, right? So the entire interaction is the presentation. And then until the contract is signed, until the deal is installed, the presentation continues. So when you're doing your presentation, you might have to go talk to them 3 times. So you got 3 separate presentations. You need to rate yourself 5 out of 5 stars, right? So how are these presentations going? Presentation isn't just you showing the product, all right? Isn't just you showing the service. It's the entire interaction with the customer, all right? And can you be 5 stars in the middle and then not 5 stars at the end, or just 5 stars in the beginning and then be 3 stars at the end? No, you have to be 5 stars throughout, right? Maybe 4.5 stars you can get away with, right? But you got to bring it. You got to bring it during the presentation. And then relationship, R, the final part of the sneaper, is rapport building. The person that you're talking to is buying into you, all right? They're trusting you. The product and service is important, yes, but how it's presented is more important, all right? So they're buying into you and your energy, your certainty, your ability to connect with them on a human level, right? This is why sales is one of these things that's not going to be able to be replaced by the robot. It's human to human interaction, all right? So Make sure when you're building rapport, you're gathering information about this person that you can, we call it talking baseball, basically talking about something. Maybe they're not into baseball, but it's just a analogy. Uh, but you're talking about something that they care about that's not product or service related. It's not related to their business. It's not related to whatever they're looking at. It's just you connecting with them, talking about, it's a myriad of things. I'm not going to go into everything, but it's their family, who's their sports team, what do they do for work, what what's their favorite restaurant, what kind of car do they drive, they got a dog, what's some of their hobbies. Like, these are things you can naturally bring up during the sale to make it less salesy, to make it less, okay, I'm just a guy. I'm just some person like you that enjoys these things like you, and now we're friends. Now we're buddies. Now I'm somebody you can trust. I'm now somebody that isn't. You're not trying to sell me. You're not. You're just. We're just having a talk. You're just showing me my options. That's the consultative approach, right? So this is Sneeper. These are the 6 most important things. Make sure you're rating yourself. Make sure you're looking over and yourself in the mirror and say, hey, Devon, were you really smiling 5 out of 5 stars? Were you really using their name? Were you really maintaining great eye contact? What was your enthusiasm like? Was your enthusiasm on point during that? How was the entire presentation? Did the whole presentation go good? Right? You can't go back and fix that presentation, but you can also do the next presentation better if you become aware of where you're starting to fall short in some of these things. How is your relationship building? Why did they close it, or did the deal close, or did the deal not close? Well, it comes down to one of these 6 things usually that you fell short on. So appreciate you coming down. Thank you. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Love you all. Take care. Let's go make some money.